Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. All right, we got to go home. Dynamite to talk about here. We'll do Collision spoilers at the end of the show. And it opened up with a Hangman and Will Ospreay face-to-face, and these two guys were...
This was fantastic.
Awesome.
This was really one of the best segments. Like, this is what Cena and Cody Rhodes should have been and never hit that level, which surprises me because Cena and Cody Rhodes would be considered as good promos as these guys. The one thing is that Hangman was great and may have been as good or better than Will. But the thing with Will is that, you know, like with Cody Rhodes and Cena, you know, I mean, because that was my comparison point watching it. With Cody Rhodes and Cena, they're so polished and practiced and very professional. It's not a knock on them. And Will is, but they're not real at all. You know, even when they throw real barbs out, they were never real. I never got the feeling of real. With Will Ospreay, every word he said, the way he said it with the conviction he said it, I got the feeling that it was real. I mean, Hangman had to do his act of depression and everything like that, and was great. It was one of maybe Hangman's best promo ever. But these guys were it was absolutely spectacular.
So, yeah, basically they both tell their story. And the other thing that's different from the John Cena deal is, you know, he's a heel, and so he's just got because of the fans thing. We at least had two baby faces here, so there was nothing except putting over the fans when they talked about him. Like, Will's whole thing is, you know, I want this so badly. I want to be able to take that title back to the O2 and defend it in front of all the people that supported me for all those years. I want to be a champion for my 6-year-old.
Yeah, all the people from York Hall, all the people from the Electric Ballroom, all those little places that he wrestled in, you know, for the first 10 years or so of his career. Really just passionate promo. And the other part is like, you know, and the other thing is they made clear that this is the main event of the show. And, you know, when this promo was over, it's like, I'll tell you what, if it wasn't, I would have said, man, you got to make this the main event of the show because, number one, they're going to have an incredible match. I mean, the other one is that, you know, how many times have they had these shows where you follow Will Ospreay and the next match is a struggle? You know, very often. So one of the arguments of why they need to make Will Ospreay champion is that at least, you know, you don't have to have people follow him, and the best guy should be champion, or at least the best match and the best guy should be in the main event. I will say it does, to me, watching this, they have two options. And, you know, it's funny because sometimes when you're doing booking and everything, you're going like, man, there's no big show option. We got a big show, we got no option. I see this big show with Moxley against either of these guys. I think either option works. You know, just depending on what you want to do, there's ways to do it. I mean, I had ideas just flooding out of my head, you know, between the idea of like you do a thing where, you know, whoever beats the other one, that the other one goes with them and just goes, we have to beat Moxley. We have to beat Moxley. We got to save the company and all that. And whether it's Will going for it and Hangman's helping him because the company's more important than everything else, or vice versa, where Ospreay helps. And then the deal is essentially that in exchange, when you win the title, I get the first opportunity, so you can do Hangman and Will as the championship match. It doesn't matter who's the champion, at the O2 in a rematch of this match that's probably going to be spectacular on Sunday. So anyway, I just thought that was like an easy way to do it because it reminded me very much of you know, Flair Steamboat, you know, which is what they did at the first Starrcade, where Steamboat trained Flair because Flair was going to retire if he lost to Harley Race. You know, it was the most successful show up to that point in time, you know, pretty much in history, you know, as far as, or one of them, you know, and then afterwards you came right out of it with Flair Steamboat feud with both his baby faces that grew very big because, you know, Steamboat had helped Flair, and Flair Steamboat always works, and now Flair's the world champion, and Steamboat has never won the title and all that. So, I look back and it's 42 years, but you can't duplicate it. It's not going to be as big as that one, but the pieces are in play that you can replicate that scenario.
If you love this show, you should consider signing up at WrestlingObserver.com. WrestlingObserver.com has every show that we have ever done, over 15,000 podcasts in the archives, dating back to 2005. Searchable by show, searchable by year. Perhaps the first show you ever watched was 2008 WrestleMania? Well, you can head into the archives and you can find the podcast we did, all built around the 2008 WrestleMania. Every major show, whether it be WWE, AEW, we covered it all. 15,000 archived shows at WrestlingObserver.com. Also, when you subscribe, you get full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. There's a new Observer every Friday. And on top of that, we have thousands and thousands of archived issues of the Observer dating back to 1991. So again, WrestleMania 2008. Go to the archives, search WrestleMania 2008, read all of the issues surrounding that show. Of course, Wrestling Observer newsletter, 40,000 words of news and information on pro wrestling and mixed martial arts every single week. New issue comes out every Friday. New back issue comes out every Monday. You also get the discussion board. One of the best discussion boards on the internet. It's members only. If you're going to troll, well, you got to pay to troll, and there aren't too many of those. And if you cause too much trouble, you're out of there. So if you want a great place to discuss professional wrestling, it is the board. Also available as a subscriber at WrestlingObserver.com. The whole package, all of the new shows, all of the archived shows, all of the new issues of the Observer, all of the archived editions of the newsletter, all of the past episodes of Wrestling Observer Radio, Wrestling Observer Live, The Brian and Vinny Show, Figure 4 Daily, Filthy 4 Daily, The Board, all of it, just $14.99 per month. The full shebang, and you can save a lot of money getting an annual subscription. A full year, you basically get 2 months free. So check it out, WrestlingObserver.com, everything you'll ever need as a fan of professional wrestling. Check it out today, F4WOnline.com.